Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Wildflower Will's YouTube channel. I'm Louise. It's Monday. It means it is cast on day, podcast night. Hold on, I'm just going to play around with this just a little to make sure I've got it in the right spot. Anyways, I hope everybody's Monday has been great. I hope you had a great day, a great start to your week. It's Halloween week, which is super fun. The weather's looking great here for trick or treating. It's going to be warm. It's going to be a fun way Thursday night to kick off the weekend. So, of course, Halloween week, I had to do a vote with orange and black yarn. How could you not? This is stash yarn. You guys, we're getting closer and closer to a yarn room reveal. Here, it's not quite like not this weekend, not next weekend, but soon, soon, soon. I did a lot more organizing, which means any of the yarn that I've organized, I've weighed, I put on the shelf, tried to organize it, but my shelves are getting full, so I'm kind of getting down to like shoving stuff wherever there's room just to get it on the shelf. So I had to go searching a little farther afield than the yarn room for yarn for this week's knitting project. This came from a bag of stash that was in the corner of my bedroom. And honestly, opened up a bag. One of the first bags I looked at had orange, it had black. And I thought, this is meant to be. So this one here, obviously, Patents Canadiana, 100% acrylic, colorway is black. You know, Canadian is not really I was gonna say I don't know. I don't buy a lot of Canadiana. Let me say that. It is soft if you like an acrylic. If a wool or a wool blend is not something that you can use, you can give this a try. 100-gram ball, kind of the same old, what is it, 187 meters, 205 yards. It's a worsted weight, machine washable, dryable, all those good things that come with acrylic. So black. It's been in my stash. I don't know if I pulled it out and was going to start something with it. I don't know. Anyways, it was there and thought it'd be perfect for the project that I have planned. Now, there was a no-name ball of orange. I don't know. It feels nice. It feels like this is probably a wool or a wool blend. I'm wondering if it's Cascade 220. That was my first initial thought. It feels really nice and soft, doesn't feel picky at all, just feels really, really nice. Yeah, I have no idea where the ball band went. It's not something that I dyed because um the ties will be a different color. So I'm kind of thinking it's Cascade 220. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just pretty orange and it's kind of a heathery color. I don't know if that's probably not showing up in the on screen tonight, but it is really, really gorgeous. So orange and black for Halloween this week. The project. Let's talk about the project, and I'm ready for it, you guys. You guys can leave me comments. I know this is a little surprising. Fingerless mitts. I am going to embrace fingerless mitts one more time. I have got, you guys all know, if you have listened to me over the last however many years, I've been very vocal about my thoughts about fingerless mitts and that I don't really see the use for them because if I want a mitt, I want a whole mix. I want my fingertips to be warm. But I know a lot of people absolutely love them and try to convince me 100 different ways that there is a very useful application for fingerless mitts. So when I opened up Ravelry this morning to kind of see what was on the trending page, what was hot now, is that what they call it? What's hot now? What's trending? And there was a cute pair of fingerless mitts on here. I will show them to you if I can. Oh no. I shouldn't have. Okay, hold on. Let me find them again. I had them and then it's gone. There we go. They are called Okay, I just saw Jocelyn's comment out of the corner of my eye. Jocelyn says fingerless mitts are amazing. Yes, and I saw your comment when you were voting, and Jocelyn was like, "You don't usually go for fingerless mitts." I can't wait to see this cast on. So here it is, two at a time fingerless mitts. This is the pattern that I saw. Oh, there's a lot of glare. How can I do this? I don't know. Oh, there are three by one rib. The gusset looks interesting on them. It said 50 grams of yarn. So two at a time fingerless mitts. And the designer is Liz Maloney. Can you see that? Two at a time fingerless mitts. Oh, Liz, you saw those? Are you going to knit them? Or are you still on a sock kick? Okay, so l- it says they're in my library. Is that possible? Have I seen them before? Well, I'm not even sure if this is I was assuming this was a new pattern, but maybe not. Oh, it is. Oh, I don't know. Maybe oh, I saved it in my library this morning. That's why. Okay. Anyways, focus, Louise. Okay, it is in here. Yes, Maloney's Ravelry Store is where you can find the pattern. It is free. It was just published like just October 2024, so maybe this week, last week. Their suggested yarn is Cascade 220, and then they give you a couple of other Stonehenge Fiber Mill and Shepherd's wool worsted. Um, so it does call for a worsted weight, suggests a 4 millimeter yardage, 100 to 125 yards, 91 to 114 meters, and it's two sizes, a small and a large. It's done in the round, one piece, and it's ribbed. I'll read you what it says on the front page here. um, it says, here is my technique for knitting two at a time fingerless mitts on one needle. I designed them specifically to avoid the following: no picking up stitches, no seams, no second sock or mitten syndrome, minimal finishing. Once you cast off, you just need to weave in your cast on, cast off tails, and you're done. Sounds pretty easy, right? You only need about 50 grams of worsted weight yarn to make a pair of fingerless mitts, which makes them a great stash buster. Get creative with your leftover bits and pieces and add in some stripes. Yeah, worked in 3 by 1 ribbing. Okay, now it says gauge is not important as the ribbing is very forgiving, which is very true. Small is suitable for teens, women, and people with smaller hands. Large is suitable for adults, men, and people with larger hands. Don't be intimidated by the two at a time knitting. Once you get the hang of things, it's extremely rewarding. I hope you try it. So I did download this, and I just looked at the first part of the recipe, the pattern, and she calls it a recipe. So I am going to give it a try because right now the weather is in this in between stage that I think will be perfect for fingerless mitts. I'm all for a quick and easy project. We're down to like, I didn't exactly cast on or count, but about 8 weeks till the end of the year. Is that possible? It is almost time for my Christmas countdown app on my phone. There's probably only about 8 more cast-ons till the brand new year, which is crazy how fast this year has gone. So I might make all the last 8 projects something small, something with the potential to be finished this year. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna take a peek at the comments just quickly, and then we'll talk about what you guys were voting for. So that's the pattern that I'm gonna knit, and it was just orange or black. I thought about if there was some hand spun, not hand spun by me, but hand spun by a lady who used to have a Shetland sheep farm, but it was a little more like on the Aran side, so I didn't go with it, but it would have made beautiful. It was beautiful fall colors, kind of oranges and rust. Anyways, there was a voting. We'll talk about the voting now. Um, there was 100 votes today. It was a little one-sided, but there was a lot of votes saying, "Do them striped or do a combination." I had a couple people give me some great ideas, cast on with one color, do ribbing, variegated, a corrugated rib, that's what I'm thinking, and then do the hand in one color, like black, and then cast off with orange, which is a very good idea. There was a lot of suggestions to do them striped. One suggestion to do a brioche pair, which I'm like, ooh, that got me thinking. But in the end, the yarn that ended up with 65% of the votes, so it was a little one sided. It ended up being these cute little fingerless mitts, are going to be orange. So there was a lot of comments saying, "Go bright." Somebody said, "Always go bright." Couple people, like it said, "Definitely orange, always orange." But a lot of people who voted for black, they're like, "Black is a great Halloween color, but it's also a good all winter color because it's neutral, it's gonna go with anything." And yes, I mean, these are not really going to be fit the December vibe, but I really, really like them. So maybe they will be good for the last 2 days of October. Knitting them the last couple of days of October. Wear them for November because it's still fallish in November, and then bring them out again in March because I don't know, why not? I like orange. Orange really isn't a springy color, but that's okay. I really, really like them. Anyways, oh, 9 Wednesdays away. Is Christmas on a Wednesday? Haven't even looked that far ahead. Okay. Yikesies. Yeah, the end of the year is coming quick. It's almost time to start thinking about new goals for the new year, wrapping up projects for the end of this year. Oh, Nikki says, years and years ago, I bought gloves that came with knitted fingerless gloves over top. Now, see, that I could get behind because your fingertips are covered, but you've got the extra layer, extra warmth in the middle of the winter. I could see that. But really, well, anyways, I could see that. I'll just say that. All right. So who is here? Diane and Liz and Nikki. Hi, Nancy and Joe. Did I see Sam in here? Hi, Paula. Yep, Sam's here. Jocelyn, Carol. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm excited. I am excited. I honestly woke up this morning and when I thought about what am I going to cast on, there was a mystery knit along from Mittens that was also in the top patterns on Ravelry, but starts November 1st. And I have to say, when I read Mittens, I was kind of like, hmm, this seemed like an interesting, it caught my attention, right? Because I was kind of thinking, hat, cowl. I'm already doing a cowl. I was tempted to do a cowl, and then when I saw mittens, that tweaked my interest. And I know my finishing um statistics on mittens is like pretty close to zero. So we're going to hopefully bump that up a little bit with these. And I am excited. I am really going to give it a good go here for the fingerless mitts and see what I think. See what I think. I'm very, very hopeful. Oh my gosh, Diane, that's a great way of thinking. Monarch butterfly orange. That's true. I like that. Pumpkin orange, monarch butterfly orange. Hi, Sam. So, anyways, that is this week's project. Fingerless mitts. I'm a little excited to cast those on. So I'll have to wind the yarn, do a little look for needles. You guys, I'll show you something. A little off topic. But I told you I did a lot of sorting in here this weekend. Look at all the needles I found. This was pretty much empty. And then, yeah. So I am set. I should be set. Hopefully, there's got to be the size I need for like a 4 millimeter needle. I have to see. Probably just the one that I want will probably be the one that I did not find. But hopefully, I can search through there and I can find what I need. Okay, other projects that I worked on this week. I worked on my Halloween sock. And I know Halloween is on Thursday. I don't want to hear any I told you so's, but this is sock one. But I am on the heel flap. I did got my ribbing done. I've got 6 inches for the leg, and my heel flap is got to be get well. It's getting close to being done. I'll turn the heel, knit the foot. Maybe I'll have one sock done for Halloween. You can wear mismatched socks, right? That could be part of my Halloween costume. A one sock, what is it? Second sock syndrome knitter. I can wear one Halloween sock. But aren't these colors fun? This is Timber Yarns All Hallows Eve. Like just nice and bright and fun. It's kind of I like how it's bright. It's a Halloween color, but it's nice and bright. There is some black in there, but the white and the yellow and the orange just really brightens everything up, and it's just so, so fun. I am loving this. Heather's yarn is always beautiful to knit with. So, my goal is try and get one sock done. Get the heel done tonight and then work on the foot. It can be done. It can be done. I'm channeling those super, super fast sock knitter vibes and see what I can get. Um, oh, that's okay. Sherry's saying they're great and don't peg them solely Halloween. You could wear them all year. And you know what? I probably will wear them all year just because I need some new hand knit socks. So yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of the colors that are kind of themed, yeah, if you look at some that are Halloween, some that are Christmas, you look at them and be like, "Okay, yeah, I can see Christmas in there," but sometimes they also look kind of flowery-ish, like springish too, right? With if they have pink in them, pink and red and green, kinda reminds me of tulips as well. So you're right, Sherry, that's a good thing to remember. Okay, my shawl, this is a whip from, like, what, a year and a half ago? My ball is getting a little smaller, maybe? This is lichen and lace wildflowers, as I'm pretty sure is what the colorway is, and it is so pretty. I did a little bit more knitting on this one. I really, really like just picking this up and just working on it. Total mindless knitting, and I got a little done. There's my stitch marker. So I got a few more rows, added a little width to it, a little bit of height. So it's coming along. It's only one skein, so it's not going to be super huge. It's not going to be a never-ending shawl like the other one, which I have to say I absolutely love wearing the teal and gray one. I've worn it a few times now, and I love it. I love the size. It was 200 grams. So this one here is only 100 grams, so obviously smaller, but it'll be fine. See, it's getting some width on it, and this is how long it's getting. Very, very pretty, isn't it? This is gonna be I'm gonna really enjoy wearing this one. So, shawl knitting is going good, sock knitting almost at the heel. Can't complain about that. What else did I work on? Ooh, okay. Let's talk about last week's cast on. Hmm. I've got that in my little Delicue small sized project bag. Um, it was the Tilda hat. Oh, darn. I didn't bring up the book. So remember last week I had showed you um the book that I had got at Woolstock. It was a used book. It was all about increases and decreases, like shape your knitting or something it was called. And the hat on the cover is a ribbed hat and it's all done in short rows. and you all voted for the yarn that has the um, sequins. I can think of as sparkles. I'm like, that's not quite the word I'm looking for. This sequins yarn that I'm hoping is not going to end up in a tangled mess here. That would not be good. But look, oh, see, look, you can see the sparkles. Sparkles. Okay, we'll just go with sparkles. You can see the sequins, right? Like, that's just so fun. I really like that. You can never be too old to wear a hat with sequins, right? I think it's just fun. Um, so this one, all short rows, and I talked last week about trying different short rows, and Sherry, was it Sherry or Jen who had talked about Japanese short rows? Because I was thinking about doing German short rows. One of yous mentioned the Japanese short rows, so I took a look at a couple of videos for that, and I thought, "Oh, that looks actually really fun to try." And the whole idea of that was you're knitting along, you're gonna turn your work. On your working yarn, you put a locking stitch marker, and then you turn and you carry on, and then when you come back to pick up the wrap, you just pull up the stitch marker, so it's almost like making a yarn over, and then you knit it together with your stitch, which seems like really, really easy. But I did not do that because I got started on this project and I was literally knitting it in the dark. There was a Halloween movie. The person I was with wanted to watch a really scary Halloween movie in the dark. So I was knitting at this in the dark, trying, and so I just went with wrap and turns. Even though it is probably my least favorite way of doing short rows, it is the one that I am the most familiar with, and I could do it in the dark. I don't know how well I did it. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna see any split stitches or partly drop stitches. Actually, I don't. That's kind of lucky. Anyways, muscle memory, exactly. So what I did do though was I put, because I literally could not see my stitches just to see my wraps. On here though, I'm thinking it should be, hmm, I haven't really changed too much color. I was hoping that they would be fairly easy to see if there's a wrap. So I can see there's a wrap. Oh, I can actually see them with the lights on. I can see my wraps, you guys. So I'll show you. But I just put a stitch marker. You see? There's a oh, oh, okay. You see that just above my finger? There's an extra strand of yarn there. So there's a wrap. Yes, Diane, it was orange. So anyways, I did stick a stitch marker on every 4 stitches. You knit 4 stitches less than you did the row before, and you wrap and turn. So I did put a stitch marker on just so I could literally feel where I was, and do another wrap and turn. So anyways, but look at, so this is the green is my beginning around marker. My yellow is my right side marker because it's knit one, purl one. So you can't tell what's the right side. And I don't know really. I'm just doing wrap and turns on both the right side and the wrong side. I don't know. I guess at some point I'm going to need to know what the right side is. So there's my right side marker, my end around marker, and I've got this many short rows done. But you can see this is what I started with. I cast on and I did 2 rounds of knit one, purl one. And then I started in the short rows. So you can see how this is getting wider as it goes out. And then in the center, it's a whole lot wider. thin, super skinny, and this is as wide as I'm at. And starting to see the color change with a few of the sequins. So, as of right now, I am still liking it. I haven't got very much done, so we will see. I'm going to hold out my final opinion until I have to go back and pick up the wraps, but that shouldn't be too hard. But so far, I'm actually really quite enjoying just going back. Every row is getting, you know, a little shorter until I get back into the center. There's 5 sections of short rows. This is obviously section 1. We'll see. I have no idea if it's going to fit. Um, it called for it called for holding 2 strands of DK yarn, held double. But I looked at a few Ravelry pages and projects and read some of the notes, and there was a couple people had said worsted weight, just, if you don't want a double DK, worsted would work up fine. So this, even though this is a mystery yarn, I have no idea what it is. It looks like a worsted or maybe a light worsted. So I ended up going with a 4 millimeter needle. And I'm kind of going with the theory that the fingerless mitt said. The fingerless mitt's 3x1 rib. So don't worry about your gauge, it's stretchy. That's what I'm hoping with this hat. A 1x1 rib, there's going to be some stretch here, and we'll see. If it ends up too small for me, I will find a child. I don't, it might be too, it's probably way too big for my granddaughter, but um, somebody um, who likes something sparkly. And I have another ball. So once I figure out the pattern, if I like it, I could always do another one and go bigger needles. And Sherry, everybody has a head. Exactly. It'll fit somebody, right? My first thought, I'm trying to find the words. I want to say a little person. My initial thought is I'm thinking a little girl, but a little boy could love this too, right? It's got pinks and blues and greens and sparkles. So there will be a child out there. If it ends up being child size, there'll be somebody who would absolutely love this. So I'm just going to knit it just for the fun of knitting it. And I mean, it looks big enough. I know we're going to carry on because I'm having fun knitting it. And we will see how it turns out. This might get put on hold though this week while I try to do the fingerless gloves, mitts. Okay, mitts or gloves? I guess that depends on if there's actual fingers, right? If there's individual fingers, they would be fingerless mitts. If it's all open and you just put your hand through, that means fingerless mitt, right? Right. Maybe I'm getting too technical for a little pair of mitts. What else did I work on? I have an exciting project to show you. So I have been carrying around my Needlecrafts bag. I think this is her medium-sized shawl bag. It's a divided bag, but you know what? I just shove stuff in here. Like, we'll see how much stuff I have in here. I have got this Woolies. Colorway is grass. And this is my herringbone project for the Fiber Friends. So you guys, the Fiber Friends, there's what, 3 nights left? And oh, Alyssa says, I'm too lazy to knit gloves. I have knit gloves before and they were actually really fun. But yeah, I know, right? Mitts are just easier to shape the whole thing. Gloves are a little fiddly for sure. Anyways, this is the Fiber Friends. This is Monday. So we still have Monday night, we have Tuesday night, we have Wednesday night, we have Thursday. So really there's like 4 nights still. If you're still working on your texture project, I am, and I'm hoping to have mine done for Saturday. I've got, I think, a little bit more done than I did on Saturday when Cheryl and I were chatting. But look at this, you guys. This is the start of my cowl, my herringbone. I love this. Love, love, love. I mean, I'm always a big fan of herringbone, but I spend half my time just looking at this. I'm like, I knit 2 rows and then I stop and I look at it. And then I knit another 2 rows, then I stop and I look at it, and every time I look at it, I'm like, "I really like this." So, I am just going to this is it. I am just gonna keep going around, I'm gonna seam it up, and it'll be done. 10 millimeter needle, the ball band says 8 millimeter, but I went up a 10 because the herringbone, like cables, it really pulls in because you've got all of these slanted stitches are your pass one over. So it creates a nice snug project, but I think it'll be nice and cozy and warm. It is so this way. I did measure. It's 8 inches tall. I don't know. It still looks big. I had cast on before, and I don't know what how big it was, but it was like tall. It was going to cover my whole head. So I pulled it out. I recast on, so it's about 8 inches, and I'm going to go for about 20 or 21 inches, just so it'll be nice and snug. Um, and I think that's what it'll be, but I know. I like it. I like it a whole bunch. Super fun, and really, this way or this way, I don't think it really matters. So if I wanted to knit it in the round this way, it would look fine. When I tip it sideways, I think it'll look just as good this way. Now the back side, do not remember liking, or no, what should I say? I should say my past herringbone projects, I don't ever remember really taking note of the back side, but this is the wrong side. And I actually really like this stitch pattern too. Like that could, I don't know. Oops, is that a mistake? I'm like looking in the camera and I'm like, do I see? Well, I know there is a mistake in here, but we're not going to look too close for it. Anyways, I think that would be kind of fine too as a scarf because you've got this vertical line going up. I think it looks kind of cute. Anyways, this is fun. I'm really liking this, but I do have to say I wish I had different needles. This obviously is a 16-inch needle. I don't know. I must have did a hat. Maybe I did a thick and quick hat on here, but I do find that it doesn't give me a whole lot of room and it just feels really tight on the small circumference. I almost wish I had like straight needles that I actually had the full length. I don't know. I think that might be a little bit easier. But anyways, I'm just making do with what I've got. I love it. It is really fun. And this, I know you guys, I've said this the last couple of weeks. The stitch pattern is only 2 rows. It is really easy to knit. You can read your stitches. You can tell immediately if you're off track on the pattern. You can obviously tell a right side from a wrong side. It's really easy. It's super fun. Um, I know, Liz, that's exactly what I think. I remember, um, oh my gosh, probably like 12 or 15 years ago, I had the Yarn Harlot come out and do a workshop with our guild. And that's exactly one of the things that she said. She did a little talk about speed knitting or ways you can kind of increase the speed and efficiency of your knitting. And that was exactly one of the tips she said. Stop looking at your work. If you just keep knitting, it will get knit up a whole lot faster. And that is 100% true. But hey, if you really like it and it is pretty, I think you also need to take the time to admire it, right? Oh, Jocelyn, you've got Christmas socks ready to cast on. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. So let's talk about that really quickly. So, if you've been listening the last couple of weeks, we have been talking about we're going to do a sock knit along starting November 1st to November 30th. So that starts Friday, right? Friday. Um, Thursday. Thursday's the 31st. Friday, and Jocelyn and I are chatting Friday night. So that will be kind of our official kickoff to our Christmas sock knit along. We'll have a little like cast on party. Oh, Diane, you have no Christmas sock yarn. Oh, that's right. You were going to stop at Mary Maxim, weren't you? And you didn't make it? Well, do you have anything that's red? Anything green? Oh, you tried shopping your stash for make a long prep. I could use all that green. Well, green would work. I mean, the only um requirement, I don't want to say rule, but yeah, it just has to be holiday colored, right? Blue, silver, blue and white, red, white, green, red and white, green and red, green and white, long as it's got that holiday vibe to it. We don't want orange. No orange. Um, unless you mix it with red and green, but you know what I mean, right? Um, yes, I'm excited. I have got Christmas sock yarn ready to go. I got some really, really pretty stuff at the Thoughtful Artisan, and I think it's called Vintage Claus, Vintage Santa, Vintage Christmas, Vintage something. It's kind of a dark green and burgundy, and it looks really, really pretty. So we will have a skein of sock yarn as a prize for a finished pair of socks. Yeah, and we will talk a little bit more about that probably Friday night. What else? Did I do anything else? Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm just going to take a quick drink. I have an actual little finish to show you. So I taught a learn to knit class this past weekend. And nope, Sam, I have not read all of the comments. Oh, Sam, you sent me a picture of a dishcloth. Okay. So I taught a learn to knit class at the Thoughtful Artisan in Woodstock, and so, so fun. It was a There is nothing more exciting than making new knitters. I love it. One of the ladies had some experience doing loom knitting, which is really, really fun. And one of the ladies was a crocheter. One of the girls, her grandmother had taught her to knit, and then there's always people that have absolutely no experience at all, which is really fun. Just seeing their confidence grow as they're holding the needles, holding the yarn, being able to make knit stitches. It is a lot of fun. So in preparation for that, I had made a couple of dishcloths. Sam, you're gonna be so proud of me. So except they're just garter stitch, but that's okay because that's what the Learn to Knit class is all about. Knit stitch, make garter stitch, learn an increase, learn a decrease, cast on, cast off, and then we're going to weave in ends next week and learn how to purl. So look at that. Fall colors. I like it. I like it. Cute. This is just going to go into my kitchen. And then I did a little coaster, and I still have a little bit left over. Mm, that might be down. Oh, no, it's not. It's right here. So I've got this much left over. So this will probably just go into a scrappy dishcloth. And this was a Cell Suds. And I don't know if this is a color. It just looks like it's a number. 53913. Anyways, I don't know. On the website, maybe this is I don't know, tangerine stripe or something. I don't know what you would call it. But Estelle Suds, it's really nice. It's a nice yarn, very similar to a Knit Picks Dishy, or maybe kind of closer to a Knit Picks Dishy. Bernat Handicrafter might be a little more solid, a little more sturdy, not quite as soft. This is really, really nice. And out of the ball, you could, yeah, if you do smaller dishcloths, you could probably get two. You could get one larger size. Mine ended up being about 6.5 inches. I would have made it a little bit bigger next time, but it's fine. Everybody likes different sizes, some a little bigger, some a little smaller. You don't really need to worry about that. I also cast on kind of a Christmassy color. It's red and pink and white. So we're going to call that Christmas. What color is it? It is color 53906. So that's it. So this is going to be a little sample for them to see, just stockinette stitch in the center and a garter border, just to demonstrate, um, putting a border around things to hold stockinette flat. And it's a good use of just using stitch markers, just getting used to putting them on, marking your different stitch patterns, slipping them, and then learning to purl, and then having both stitch patterns. I mean, dishcloths, they're so usable. They're a quick and fun little project, and they're a great learning project because you can still use them. It doesn't matter if you have an accidental yarn over in there. If your diamond dishcloth, you forget to do an increase for a few rounds and the shaping is off, it does not matter. You get to use something and you get to have your very first project, something you can be using and something that you can be super proud of. Okay, so all of that, um, the herringbone project, the two dishcloths, the shawl was shoved in here at one time as well. And I still have room for stuff in here. I have got, oops, I have a Notions pouch that is not zipped up, which means, oh my gosh, you guys, I have to show you this. These guys have been coming around with me, little needle stoppers with black cats and pumpkins. They are so cute. So I've got this in here. I've got a tape measure. I have got hand cream. I have got a hair elastic because you just never know when you're going to need one of those. There is a pen. There is two more tins because this is going to be a craft project for our guild to make into little Notion tins. And I have another sock needle just because you just never know when you need a sock needle. And I have a bunch of stitch markers. And I had Smarties, but I ate those. And that might be it. So these bags hold a lot. They hold a lot of yarn and other necessities like Halloween candy right now. Sherry, there's still plenty of room for candy. You are right. Christmas project bag. Oh, that would be fun. Anyways, that is what I've been working on. Anything else? Maybe not. Shawl, socks, dishcloths, cowl. No sweater knitting. I feel like gonna have to do some sweater knitting, or maybe we'll start January off with a sweater. I do have a shrug that I do need to work on and hopefully finish by mid-December for a Christmas party. So maybe you'll see some work in progress on that over the next few weeks. In between, all of the Christmas sock knitting, I am super excited. I have held out and I have not watched any Christmas movies yet because as much as I love Christmas movies, I just can't really get into watching them until after Halloween. So, November 1st for me, when I cast on my Christmas sock, I will watch a Christmas movie and just kind of shift gears from fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, right into Christmas season, which is going to be a lot of fun. What else? So yes, so orange. If anybody's just popping in, this is what we've got going for this week. Anybody want to cast on a fingerless mitts? So now this actually kind of ties in quite well with the Fiber Friends because texture knitting ends Thursday night, and then December 1st is holiday gift knitting. So that can be anything that you are planning on giving as a gift this holiday season. November is the month you can cast it on. You can work on something that you've already cast on. And if you're looking for a quick little project, these fingerless mitts might just be the thing. I don't know. If you're looking for something to gift, 50 grams of yarn is going to knit up pretty quick. Now, I was tempted to knit the hand, the fingers, the non-fingers a little bit longer. What did it show in the picture? Can I find this again? And I don't know. I thought about doing mine longer. Now, obviously, if you make them longer, oh my gosh, what did I just touch? If you knit them longer, you're gonna probably need more yarn. That's probably the way you can get away with a 50-gram ball is by doing the hand a little shorter. But if you're like me and you've got 100 grams, I could make them a little bit longer. Okay, let me see. I've got it. Yes, I have it here. Yeah, see? Look. Whoa, glare. Okay. Um, most of her fingers are not covered. What's the consensus here? Do you like them short, short like that, or do you think you would like go until like almost like just under your fingernail on your pinky finger? What do you think? I think I would make them a little. I want this to be a successful project. I mean, I want to be able to get them knit and done quick, but I think Dawn says I like them longer. I'm thinking I like them longer, right? Because we all know I kind of always lean towards full mitts, so I think longer. I would just be happier with them longer. So I think I'll probably do mine a little bit longer too. All right, Samantha sent me a picture. Let me see. What is this? Is this a dishcloth? Oh, Sam. Hmm, this looks like a slip stitch. Is it slip stitch or cable, Sam? Why won't it? Oh, that's like um twisted stitches. Anyways, I'll show you guys. I don't think with the glare you're not going to be able to see. It's pretty. There's some like cables in there. Oh, Diane says longer. I think so. I think that only makes sense, right? Especially when I've got the yarn, I can make them longer. And who knows, maybe I'll do a striped pair, do a orange and black stripe because that would actually look it would look fun and it would be a good Halloween night project, like something to wear in a future Halloween, right? This year, other than it maybe is going to rain. Hopefully they'll change their mind in the next couple of days and that rain will just disappear. But it's gonna be kind of warm, like probably even too warm for fingerless gloves, but who knows? Oh, Sally says, I like them to go up to the first finger joint. So up to here. Oh, so like up to here, so it covers your pinky finger? I mean, that kind of makes sense because then you still have your fingers out and you can do what you're gonna do. I saw, was it Diane said that you like them for dog walking? Yeah, yeah. I think that's mitts made in half the time is a bonus. It is, isn't it? So I always think when you have any kind of gift giving, right? Whether if it's a birthday gift, if it's a holiday gift, everything kind of starts out as this like big grand plan, and then as the weeks get closer, things just get shrunk down, right? Yeah, full mittens turn into fingerless mitts, hats turned into headbands. Good for driving and using a phone. That is true. Now, okay, so Sally, I mean, using my phone, that that might be that might be the angle you guys need to talk to me about convincing me. Um, oh, did I say November? Yes, did I mean to say November? Oh, I said December 1st? Yes, sock cast on is November 1st, like in like 3 days. Yeah. Um, bum, ba-dum, bum. Yes, so the whole idea for the sock knit along is that we're going to knit socks throughout the month of November, have them finished so that we can wear them for the whole month of December. I always think of November as a Christmas preparation month, right? It's when you start decorating at some point in in the middle of the month, start watching holiday movies, you start buying ingredients to do all your holiday baking, and so we're gonna add sock knitting in there too, so we can have a fun Christmassy pair of socks to wear in December. Dawn, you've got the West Yorkshire Spinners gingerbread yarn. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that cast on. Sally, you're going to knit Christmas socks. Oh, you're working on gift socks right now. Fantastic. Um, what else? Oh, Amers or Jocelyn's got Christmas socks ready to cast on. Perfect, perfect. Oh, yes, so Jocelyn, yes. November challenge for the Fiber Friends is gift knitting. And then, of course, December is going to be um, like your Christmas, your holiday kind of fun projects. Christmas balls, stockings, garlands, pom pom wreaths, all those kind of fun things. Just something very festive, right? Festive. Could be a gnome, it could be a snowman. Oh, liners and mitts. Yeah, that's nice, right? Because then you know they're gonna be warm for sure. Mitts, gloves, and mitt liners and fingerless, I layer as needed. So, okay, so Diane, see there again. I like that. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I am more open to the whole fingerless mitt wearing than I have been in the past. But yes, I like that, Diane. You've got all the things: mittens, gloves, mitt liners, fingerless, and you layer as needed. So you have all the things, and then according to the weather, you just grab what you need. So maybe I can see again adding fingerless mitts in there, like a couple people have said. Slip them over top of your mittens just to give you some extra warmth. Yeah, and if you knit them long, it's almost like another pair of mitts. So, oh my gosh, Nancy, yes, we're making emotional support chickens too. Yes, how did I forget that? Um, yes, so as part of the gift knitting in November, we thought we would kinda do a little knit along for emotional support chickens because they would make a cute gift, or maybe it's a gift for ourselves. But it would be fun. And yes, so we're gonna do that as well in the month of November. So you can know, and a lot of gift knitting things, well, I don't know. I think of gift knitting most of the time as something kind of small. Hat, mitts, cowl, fingerless mitts, emotional support chickens, that kind of thing. Not typically, well, and socks, but socks can be knit in a month. So, but nobody's probably going to cast on an Afghan or a sweater, unless you're Jocelyn or Jen or Sherry. Who else is in here that's like a super fast knitter? But most of us are not thinking about sweaters for a gift, right? Um, so that I'm thinking we can do a few different projects between, yeah, fingerless mitts and the emotional support chickens, and then move right into Christmas balls and garlands and just all the fun things right straight through until the end of the year. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Want this holiday season just to be about fun knitting, Christmas movie watching, drinking hot chocolate, eating gingerbread cookies, like really like living a Hallmark movie. That is my goal, kind of, November, December is, yeah, and just enjoy the holidays and not stress. Oh, my dad and mom like the hat. Oh, and headband I made for them. See, that's perfect. That's right. Something that people can wear, right? When you go out for a walk, you're walking the dog. It's just everybody always needs a new hat or a headband or a cowl or something, right? Something that's just cozy and warm and something that's been handmade. And people appreciate that. Most people appreciate that. The people that don't, you don't knit for them. But, Jocelyn, um oh, what? So, Jocelyn, you're gonna crochet a sweater for your mom for Christmas? Perfect. Yes. Well, crochet's fast. Yes. You can do it. You can totally do it. Oh my gosh. Diane, you made a dog sweater every 3 days this month. That's like what? Like, so you can end up with like 10 dog sweaters? What do you do with them? Like, do you donate them to a shelter? That's fantastic. 2 more rows and Liz will be finished with her shawl. Okay, that you were calling that a never-ending shawl, and that never-ending shawl knit up pretty quickly. That's pretty exciting. So what's the next thing, Liz? Are you gonna get ready to cast on Christmas socks next? Or an emotional support chicken? No. No. What Liz, what were you? Oh, Liz is not doing crochet. That's okay. That's fine. I was thinking, I remember there was something that Liz was very definitely sure she was not doing, and that was the crochet challenge starting in January. All right, well, you guys, oh, I am so excited. I am going to wind this up. I'm going to find some needles. I'm going to take a little, oh my gosh, okay, so I need magic loop because these fingerless mitts, the pattern is written to do two at a time. We'll see about that. I typically am not a two at a time knitter, but I could try that. I could try it. The yarn management just unless I split my balls in two, I don't know, I'll read the pattern. I will see what she suggests and we will go from there. But I don't know. I may just do them one at a time. Her little blurby at the beginning about the pattern, about saying, there's no stitches, no seaming, no second mitten syndrome. That's all good, but I think I would be fine just doing them one at a time. So we'll see I'll let you know what I do. Yes. Oh, Yorkie-sized dog sweaters for your dog and friends with small dogs. See, I think that is wonderful. That would be a cute gift to give to people or to donate. Liz, you've been knitting. Oh, you've been knitting on it a long time. Um, oh, and you did the chicken. Are you going to do another one? Or you can just be a cheerleader. I may need some cheering on knitting a chicken, but the fact that somebody posted one that was in progress and shown it like laid out so it's knit flat, and for some reason that encouraged me. Seeing it knit flat as opposed to somehow knitting it in the round and shaping it, I don't know. Um, that just made me feel better about making it. I don't know why. So I'm excited. I have no idea. I don't know what number I was gonna say, like, I've got a bazillion balls of worsted weight yarn, but part of me wants to knit it out of fingering weight, and I have, like, 2 bazillion balls of that, so I've got lots and lots and lots I could pick from. Just, like, kinda looking at it all, like, "Oh, this is gonna be stressful. What color do you make a chicken?" I need to go look at all of the project pages on Ravelry. That'll inspire me. Like, do I do a pink chicken with a yellow stripe? Does it need to be brown, like kind of realistic, brown or gray? Okay. I probably need to not think too much about this. Oh, Diane says pattern is knit flat with easy short rows. Oh my gosh, what kind of short rows does that pattern use? Okay, I need to know that before we wrap up tonight. Is it wrap? Oh, it's garter stitch, isn't it? So is it wrap and turns, but you don't need to worry about picking up the wraps? That would be super easy. Oh, Nancy Wheeler has a video explaining how she uses a button to keep the yarns from twisting when knitting two at a time socks. A button. Oh, Nancy, that's interesting. Okay, I may just have to go watch that video. It says easy. Oh, easy as a hitchhiker. Well, that is easy. Which, okay, chicken is really an easy knit. Okay, I am all in for this. This is kind of my one toy knitting that I seem to do kind of this time of year. We sometimes, the Fiber Friends, do a toy knit along, and we didn't actually do a specific one, but now that we're adding in a chicken, I think I think I can do it. Toys are not, as you guys know, like they're probably like pretty much the bottom of my list of things to make. I love seeing everybody else making them, like all the gnomes that people do from Imagine Landscape. They're all super cute. Do I want to knit one? Nope. But I love seeing everybody else. Oh, what about the crochet? Absolutely, Susanna. Yeah. If you want to do the crocheted emotional support chicken, absolutely. Absolutely do it. I think that would be super fun. Oh, Liz says, if I knit the chicken again, it will be out of wool. I did not enjoy using the acrylic. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, then I say grab some wool and cast on again with us because that would be so much fun. All right. Oh, we were talking short rows. Oh, so yes, so easy, just like the hitchhiker. Okay. I like that. Long as you're confirming that it's easy, I am all in for it. All right, I just okay. So what do we have to do to wrap up? I have got a whole bunch of projects. I'm going to do a video at some point showing you all of the whips that I have gathered up, and there is a considerable amount of them. I had them in a bag, and my bag is overflowing, and I had to get another bag. So yeah, I have one more spot to kind of a couple spots to look for pop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I easily have 2 bags of whips. Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple more looking a couple more spots. I mean, if I'm gonna show them all, I might as well see if I can make sure I have all of them. And yes, I will go through, and that may be a live. I may record one. We'll see. But before the end of the year, I'll probably go through all my whips and see what I'm going to carry on into next year, what I can maybe try to finish, all those things. We have a check-in on Friday night. Yes, I know that's going to be fun, and it's the first. Yes, goal knitting. Yes, we're going to talk about the goal knitting. We're going to start Christmas socks. It is going to be a super fun night. So Friday night, 7:30. I I may just sit and just chat. I don't know. I'm going to have such a fantastic day on Friday. I am helping my daughter move. My daughter and son-in-law got the keys to their house. I was gonna say their brand new house to them. It's not a new house. It is a very cute starter home, and they got the keys today. So it is super exciting. And Anita and I are going to spend all day Friday at the new house, getting it cleaned and starting to move in a few things before they move everything in on Saturday. So it is going to be a very, very fun weekend. Alright. Oh, Sally says toys are not her favorite thing either, but I did. Oh, the support. You did the chicken. Oh, and your crocheted poinsettia. Oh, see, now that would be fun. Um, I did knit the snowman, and you know what, Nancy? Those were, oh my goodness, what were the name of those snowmen? Izzy dolls. Izzy dolls. And I might do those. See, there's something about me. It's like those again go back to my want to. I look at the Izzy dolls because there's no arms or legs. You just knit a tube and then you hand stitch to like put the definition of arms and legs, which makes it really, really easy. And I did do some snowmen and they were fun. I did not do as many. I had this wild and crazy idea, I think. I was gonna do, like, 1 a day and end up with 30 of them. Yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Um, but that is a pattern I would go back and do again. You're right, Nancy. Could you crank them like your pumpkins? Oh, like um, the Izzy dolls? Yes. I probably totally could do that. Yes, because my pumpkin's here. I was going to crank some black ones or do something black and kinda and change this into from a Thanksgiving tree into Halloween tree. That didn't get done this year. So that'll be just something I will work on for next year, do a Halloween tree. But and plus, I really, really like this, and I'm gonna be kinda sad when I have to put all these pumpkins away because they were super fun to make. Hi, Lynn. Lynn, I don't know if you voted or not, but it's orange. So, orange fingerless mitts. Wish me well, you guys, between fingerless mitts and a short row hat. Come back next Monday and see how excited I am about these two projects. Could be either way. I could be like in love with fingerless mitts, and I will have to admit to the whole internet world that all these years my complaining about fingerless mitts, that I could be wrong. I may come back and be like, "Yep, still stand by it. They're useless." Or but I don't think so. I don't know. My thinking here has changed that, yep, I think maybe I'm finally on the fingerless mitt bandwagon. And the short rows, fingers crossed that it is still an enjoyable project. And we will see. Oh, how do you use your car keys with fingerless mitts on? Oh, with mittens on. Oh, so you're saying that's another reason why I would need to have the fingerless mitts. True, true. I don't know. We'll see when it gets a little chillier out. We'll see. But maybe yeah, maybe I've just been wearing fingerless mitts when it's been too cold. Maybe I have just tried to wear them too long into the cold season, and maybe I need to just retire them sooner. Maybe that's been part of my problem, or use them to layer. Anyways, you guys are giving me lots of things to think about the positive um, uses for fingerless mitts. And I have to say, I am very open to all of them. So, all right, Jocelyn. Yeah, we'll see you Friday night. They're the best. Wear them under your mitts. See, yeah, you're the second person who said that about layering. And I'm kind of up for that. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head out. I've got to wind yarn. I'm just gonna sit and knit. I have had a very, very long work day. It's been very busy, and I am just looking forward to just sitting back and knitting and just, I don't know, put on a podcast or something. Maybe I'll watch Dawn and Lisa, the Codependent Knitters. Did everybody see their newest episode? It is a recap of Woolstock, and it's Dawn with Marianne and Shirley. So that'll be a special episode to watch, something a little different from them. So I may just watch them and knit on one of a whole bunch of projects. We'll see what I work on. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for chatting in the comments. Thanks for voting. I'm really, really happy with the orange. The black would have been fine, but I really, really like the orange. So thanks for voting for orange, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Jocelyn and I will be here at 7:30, so half an hour earlier than we started tonight. Jocelyn and I will be here on Friday night, and we will kick off the Christmas sock knit along, and we'll also talk about our goal knitting. All right, everybody. See you all Friday night. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch up with you on Friday. Good night.